Okay, picture this. You stir in that deep quiet just before dawn, the world's still completely silent,
Mm-hmm.
and then you feel something unexpected, a coolness on your skin.
Yeah.
You reach up, and your fingers find moisture. It's a tear.
Right.
But the room's dark, windows closed, no obvious reason. So where did this little messenger come from? What's it trying to tell you?
That's the core question, isn't it?
It really is. So today we're going to dive into that inner world, the dream landscape, and try to understand the language these quiet tears might be speaking.
That moment, waking with tears.
Yeah,
It's quite something. You're sort of caught between worlds, aren't you?
exactly. Still feeling the echo of some story your mind hasn't quite caught up with.
Or maybe never will fully. There's that disorientation, like you've been on a journey in the dark.
Yeah, and you don't know where you went.
Precisely. And that heaviness you mentioned, it's almost like the air itself holds the leftover feeling.
It does. And sometimes you might get just a flicker, right? Like a shadow moving or a voice you can't quite make out.
Or maybe nothing specific at all, just the feeling. Sadness, maybe longing, sometimes even fear.
The feeling that sticks around, like morning fog, even when you're trying to shake off sleep.
What?
It's like the emotion itself is solid. A real reminder of something happening overnight.
And that lingering emotion is so important. It's the trace left behind, isn't it? The sign that something deep inside in the unconscious was touched.
Like a clue.
Exactly, a clue. The dream details might vanish, but that feeling, that connects you to something deeper in yourself.
And it feels like the night holds so many untold stories, doesn't it? Like all our inner dramas get packed into those few hours. And these tears are the only proof left behind. You find yourself listening, like really listening, trying to figure out the meaning. Why now? Why these tears?
And this is where symbolism really comes into play, you know? These tears, these feelings, the broken images, they're not literal.
They stand for something else.
Yes, they're metaphors for deeper things happening inside. It's the mind's way of showing you complex, maybe difficult truths in a sort of disguise.
Gently guiding you, maybe?
Perhaps, without hitting you over the head with it.
So each tear could be like a tiny window, giving you a quick peek into this hidden place.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
You might sense, I don't know, a child alone by a river, a feeling of real loneliness, or a door that's locked so tight it's actually shaking.
Yeah.
Or maybe a bird, like beating its wings against glass it can't see, wanting to get out.
Those are powerful images.
And they're not explanations, are they? They stir something inside you, a feeling.
Precisely. The dream world, it's like a theater where feelings are the main actors, not logic.
Right.
The unconscious speaks through symbols, raw emotions, physical feelings, weaving stories that hit you on an intuitive level, not an intellectual one.
So the first step isn't to analyze.
Not necessarily. It's more about letting yourself feel the weight of those images, experiencing their truth for you.
It's that blurry line, isn't it, between sleep and waking, where knowing and feeling kind of mix together.
The liminal space.
And as the tears dry, you just feel like you've been somewhere, on a journey that changed something, subtly.
And then you face a choice, really. Do you just brush it off? Oh, weird dream, you know?
Yeah, just physiology.
Or do you lean in? Do you wonder if maybe these tears are carrying a real message, even if it's coded from a deeper part of yourself?
It feels like under those tears, there's this whole hidden world, like a maze made of old memories, feelings we didn't dare say out loud, needs we buried so deep we almost forgot they were there.
Yes, exactly. And that brings up the idea of, well, repression, doesn't it? Pushing things away.
Things we can't handle.
Things that feel too threatening, maybe, or just unacceptable to our conscious self. We sort of exile them to the unconscious.
They don't just disappear.
No, they don't vanish. They often sneak back in, disguised in the symbolic language of our dreams. They seek a hearing in that quiet space of the night.
So you might dream of a face.
Yeah.
It feels familiar, but you can't quite place it. Like someone from way back when. Or you're in a place that feels really significant, but you don't know why. A room you can't get out of, maybe.
Or a path lost in fog.
Yeah, or a beach that goes on forever. And you just know, somehow, these images hold a piece of a puzzle.
A puzzle you didn't even know you were working on.
Right.
Let's take that image you mentioned, the child by the riverbank. The clothes don't fit right, the doll is old and worn. What feeling comes up with that?
Vulnerability. Something left behind, maybe. Neglected.
Could be. It could symbolize a part of your own childhood, perhaps. A younger self still holding on to certain feelings or experiences that weren't fully processed.
It makes you think about how intense childhood feelings are And how we learn, sometimes just to survive, to bury them.
Me too.
Maybe those unshed tears, those cries we held back, they don't just go away. They leave these little marks, these echoes.
That surface later, like these tears upon waking.
Exactly. Now, what about the locked door?
Yeah.
The one trembling, like someone's pushing from the other side.
Ah, that one. It creates tension, doesn't it? Anticipation, maybe.
Yeah. But maybe fear, too. Or resistance.
Definitely. What do you sense is behind that door? Is it a desire trying to get out, a truth demanding to be seen?
Or just fear. Fear of what happens if the door does open.
It could be any of those. Or a mix. It taps into that conflict, that pull between wanting something and being afraid of it at the same time.
That power of hidden desires and dreams. Even when we try to keep them locked down during the day.
Yes. The unconscious is full of these raw drives, these desires that society makes us tame. But in dreams, they can find a voice, often symbolically.
Okay, and the bird. Trapped in a glass cage. That feels so direct. Something meant to be free, but it's stuck.
A very potent symbol. It speaks directly to suppressed passions, doesn't it? A deep yearning for something bigger, for breaking free from limits, real or perceived.
Limits we put on ourselves.
Often, yes. And think about how that might relate to intimacy, real connection, vulnerability.
Interesting.
The cage could be the emotional walls we build, fear of being truly seen. The bird's struggle might be that deep wish to tear down those walls, connect deeply.
It's like the masks we wear all day. They start to slip in dreams.
They do, they crack.
And the tears are like the real feelings leaking through those cracks. Our authentic self showing up.
That's a great way to see it. The combined weight of all that hidden stuff, the ignored child, the locked away desires, the trapped spirit it builds up.
And sleep is when it can finally release.
Sometimes, yes. In that vulnerable state, the pressure finds an outlet. Tears. Like a silent plea, you know? See me, acknowledge this part of me, even the part I hide.
But it's crucial to feel it, right? Not just slap a label on the symbol.
Absolutely. Dreams aren't neat little riddles to be solved logically. They're experiences. You need to inhabit them.
Even the uncomfortable bits.
Especially the uncomfortable bits sometimes. The confusion, the lack of easy answers, that's part of it. Sitting with those feelings helps us recognize our own life echoing in the dream.
So even when the dream itself fades as morning comes, those core images, the child, the door, the bird, they stay with you somehow.
They become part of your inner scenery. Quiet reminders of that deeper self you glimpsed.
And the questions they raise,
Yeah.
even without answers, they're valuable.
Immensely valuable. They start a different kind of conversation with yourself. A turning inward, listening to those quiet whispers from inside.
So dawn starts to break, just that first faint light, and you still feel the dream, like the smell of rain after it stops.
A lingering presence.
You wake up, maybe not sad anymore, but stirred. Aware that those tears meant something, even if you don't know what. A message for a deeper part of you.
And if you hear a bird singing just then, just one note, it can feel like your own heartbeat echoing back.
Yeah.
Birds have often been seen as messengers, haven't they? Bridging our everyday world with those deeper symbolic realms within us.
And you know, Freud talked about wish fulfillment in dreams.
He did.
But these tears, this feeling, it seems less about getting something specific and more about wholeness. Like wanting to bring those broken pieces back together.
That's a profound insight. A longing for reconciliation. The silenced child, the locked door, the trapped bird wanting to integrate them.
So what do you do with these symbols?
Maybe just hold them gently. Let their weight settle in you without forcing an interpretation. Just acknowledge them.
Like thinking about that child by the river.
Yeah.
And just feeling her loneliness or quiet tears maybe.
Exactly. Or the locked door, just wondering about it, asking the question, can start to loosen the fear around it. The questioning itself creates a shift.
And the bird in the cage. Maybe you imagine its wings beating slower now, finding a different kind of rhythm within the limits.
Finding kinship, perhaps, in that quiet struggle for space.
Yeah.
Because waking up isn't the end of the story, is it? It's a threshold. The dream lingers in your body, in your feelings.
So you get up carrying questions more than answers into the day.
Yeah.
But feeling like you touched something important.
Even if it's just out of reach, the unconscious keeps whispering, doesn't it?
It does.
And the tears remain as this evidence. Proof of another realm that speaks in symbols, in silence. A place we visit every single night.
You stand up, get out of bed, and you feel different. Maybe subtly, but something has definitely shifted. You can't quite name it, but it's there.
Because the dream world and the waking world aren't really separate. They flow into each other, constantly influencing one another. And that echo of the dream, that silent language of tears, that's the language of transformation. And you carry it with you into the day.
So even when we can't fully decode it all, there's real value in just paying attention, isn't there? To those inner landscapes, the feelings dreams leave behind.
Absolutely.
Because those quiet messengers, the tears you didn't expect, they're part of your own journey, your personal path to understanding yourself more deeply. It's worth listening to those whispers from within.